Good morning to all of you. My name is Babita. I'm assistant professor in MCA department at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So today in the lecture series of C programming, we have a concept structure in a C. So as we know, in the previous lecture, we will discuss about the array. So basically today's lecture is the structure. So let's get started. The main objective of this lecture is to come to know about the structure. Definitely we will discuss about the introduction, and then we will talk about the declaration. That means how we can declare the structure in the C language, and we have some rules for defining a structure. And just like the array, this is also have the initialization process and how to access, and then we will talk about the nested structure, and at last we will talk about some advantages of structures. So basically structure, if in a general words we will understand this particular concept, structure is nothing but it is some physical organization way, right? That means we can say, we recall the previous lecture. In the last lecture we will talk about the array, and array is nothing but it is a combination, collection of homogeneous data types, right? So what is the meaning of homogeneous? That means similar type of values. So in correspondence, if we will talk about the structure. Structure is the collection of heterogeneous data types, right? Here, what is the meaning of heterogeneous? That means different kinds of values. Here, different types of values. For example, when we make a record, or when we make a collection of the similar type, just for example, in a class we have a 50 students, and we also collect the data in the form of roll numbers. So definitely we make an array that's called the roll number, right? But what happen if we collect the all kind of information related to a student? Just for example, a student have the information like roll number, like name, like address, like marks, and these kind of information definitely have the different types, right? Because roll number should be an integer type, name should be the character type, address also should be the character type, and marks may be possible float type. So what happen if we want to collect that kind of information into a single name? So there will be the problem, because if we are implementing this particular task, this particular functionality by using array, and array also discussed in term of similar kind of values. So basically we have to design 4 different kinds of array here, right? So but this may complicate your code and may complicate your program. So that's why we will introduce the new concept, and this concept is known as the structure. So basically here we design a structure for a student. Definitely we will talk about the some characteristics, and we will talk about some features of that particular entity. Here we can also call the student is just like an entity, and any entity from the real world, it may be a student, it may be a chair, it may be a car, it may be a employee. So that's kind of real world object is known as an entity, and when we design some kind of information for that entities is known as the structure. So basically what is the technical definition of the structure in the C language? So here we discuss. A structure in a C is a collection of items of different type. So basically this particular concept we will understood here ki why a structure collect the different kinds of information, because we have to design the structure and we have some kind of information, and these kind of information may possible have a different kinds, different types. The individual structure elements. So basically what are saying here, the individual structure elements, the roll number is the structure element, so basically there will be called as the member. If we will talk about the element and data item of a structure in a C language, these are all called as a member. Okay. Next, each of the members in a same structure can be of the type integer, float, double. So basically what is this all? These all are all primitive data types. So basically we are also called as the member of the structures may be possible, maybe the kind of primitive data types, all primitive data types. We can also have a character type also, right? So the major difference between the structure and array is that array contains related information, array contains a similar kind of information, but structure may have a different type of information, and as we seen here in this example. So basically what is the technical syntax to define a structure? Just like because structure and array, these are all known as the user defined data types. What we will discuss here? We will discuss here the user defined data types. When we talked about the data type in a C language, basically we have some categories in which we talked about some primitive data types like int, float, char, these like. We have some derived data types, right? And we have some user defined data types. So structure basically here is the user defined data types, right? Because a user define the actual definition of that particular data type. So what we will do here? We will do here as a whenever we designing a structure, we have to use a keyword, that is the special keyword, and that is a reserve keyword, which has a specific meaning, which is defined by the C syntax, right? So basically we have to use a struct keyword, and this is the tag, and tag is nothing but it is the structure name, and this name always defined by the user, and user may take care about the defining a name of the structure. It should be the valid identifier, right? So here we have some data items, and in the structure context we will not call as the data item, we will call as a member variable, right? So here we have some member variables, and these member variable have a syntax, and this syntax is nothing but it is the prototype, right? First of all we will talk about the data type of the member variable, and then we will give the name of the member variable. For example, just for example, like we will call as a struct, and this tag is nothing but it is a student, and here int is the data type, and roll number is the variable name. So basically this is the syntax. Not necessary ki we are defining only one data member or two data members. We can define up to n data members. Member variable 1, member variable 2, member variable 3, and up to n, right? So don't forget to place a semicolon after the definition of the structure, because if I am talking about in a for example, this particular concept we will introduce by giving an example. Whenever we designing the program in the C language, right? Just for example, I want to print something, like I use printf statement like welcome. So basically हमने क्या किया, इधर जब भी हमारा फर्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन या जो भी हमारा इंस्ट्रक्शन होता है, अगर वो इंस्ट्रक्शन मेरा कंप्लीट होता है तो आई विल पुट द सेमीकोलन एट द एंड ऑफ द लाइन. So basically if I am talking about the structure, so स्ट्रक्चर इज नथिंग बट एक यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप है, और यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप में हमने उसका क्या बनाया, कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स डिफाइन किए, कुछ फीचर्स डिफाइन किए, एंड दीज फीचर्स अगर मान लो हमारे ये पर्टिकुलर फीचर्स कंप्लीट हो जाते हैं, दैट मीन्स आई एम सेइंग जस्ट नो कि ये जो हमारा पूरा का पूरा यहाँ से यहाँ तक का पूरा आपका एक पर्टिकुलर पोर्शन है, दिस पोर्शन इज कंसिडर्ड इनटू अ सिंगल लाइन, एंड व्हेनेवर आवर लाइन इज कंप्लीट वी विल पुट द semicolon, same as when you designing a structure and your features and your particular implementation will complete, then you put the semicolon at the end of the structure. And the question is that may be possible, students का ये भी question हो सकता है कि मैम why we enclose this particular implementation in the curly braces, because whenever we designing an array and we give the values, we just like implement in this some scenarios, like for example 1 2 3 4 like this, and last में हम क्या करते थे, सेमीकोलन. तो जस्ट सेम एज हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि हमने यहाँ पे एरे की वैल्यूज प्रोवाइड किया, यानी कि एरे के अंदर कुछ नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स हमने पास किए, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी विल पुट द सेमीकोलन. इन सेम वे हमने स्ट्रक्चर को कुछ पर्टिकुलर आइटम्स प्रोवाइड किए, एंड देन लास्ट में हमने सेमीकोलन लगा के उस पर्टिकुलर लाइन को स्टॉप करा दिया. दिस इज द बेसिक डेफिनेशन, राइट. सो आई होप आप इस पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट को इजीली अंडरस्टूड कर पाए होंगे. Definitely. Here we have some rules whenever we designing a structure. So basically what are the basic rules? First of all, as we seen in our previous examples, I am writing a word that is the struct word, right? So what is this struct word? This is a keyword, and whenever we defining a structure we have to use this, right? This is the C syntax. So basically जब भी आप एक structure define करेंगे आप उसका रिटर्न टाइप बताएंगे. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम राइटिंग अ इंट ए दैट इज अ 0. सो व्हाट इज द ए इज द वेरिएबल, एंड द टाइप ऑफ वेरिएबल इज इंटीजर. सेम एज आई एम राइटिंग अ स्ट्रक्चर लाइक स्टूडेंट, एंड व्हाट इज द स्टूडेंट, स्टूडेंट इज द वेरिएबल एंड स्ट्रक्चर इज द टाइप ऑफ द दिस पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल, right? So basically this is the prototype, this is the template we are designing. हम एक तरीके से इसकी डिजाइनिंग कर रहे हैं, हमें इससे पहले इसके एग्जिस्टेंस का नहीं है पता, बट हम डिफाइन कर रहे हैं कि इस तरीके का एक फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर बन रहा है, एंड दिस फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर इज नोन एज अ मीन्स दिस फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर या फिजिकल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज नोन एज द स्ट्रक्चर. So basically whenever you designing the structure you have to use the keyword struct. Next we will talk about, we have a tag, and this tag is nothing but it is the identifiers. Yeah, this particular identifies the structure and what is the what concept we are implementing, like we are designing a structure for employee, yeah, we are designing the structure for student, yeah, we are designing the structure for like a car. So yeah, फिर we can say a company. So these kind of objects, yeah, these kind of entity is known as structure tags, right? So basically here we have a member 1, member 2, member 3 and up to m. So basically these are the individual member declarations. So just like the variable name, the values of the structure are stored in a contiguous memory locations like an array. This is the similarity of the array and structure. As like a when we store the elements into the array, what is the particular implementation? Always stored in a adjacent memory locations. Just like the array, structure also provide the facility. Yeah, we can say how many members and जितने भी हमारे member variables होते हैं structure के अंदर, हम उनको भी in same structure and same way array की तरह ही store कराते हैं. The structure member variable cannot be initialized with the declaration. Why? Because when we designing, when we declare the structure, we are not allocating the space for that particular implementation. We are just designing. The allocation will be done on the basis, yeah, will be done on the time of the object instantiation, right? So जब हमारा स्ट्रक्चर का एक ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट होगा तब हमारा वो स्ट्रक्चर के मेंबर वेरिएबल एंड द डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ फील्ड विल occupy the space into the memory, right? By default, the structure member are not automatically initialized to 0 or null. This is the basic difference, because when we talked about the array, if we are not declaring any, we are not initializing any kind of value into the array items, so basically it contains the garbage value and some default value, right? And just like a string, if I'm not declaring, I'm not initializing the string indexes, so it will take the null value, right? So this is not happen in the case of structure. Next we will talk about a unary relational arithmetic bitwise operators are not allowed within the structure. So basically unary operators like plus plus, like minus minus, these are the increment and decrement operators, right? So this is not supported by the structure. And storage space of this structure is calculated as, so what is the basic observation and what is the basic formulation to calculate the total memory space which is occupied by a structure variable? How can we calculate is that, so basically it depends on the some formulation, and this formulation is nothing but it is the summation of all members of the structures. So basically here we have a member like C, and this is the written type of char, and in a computer memory, basically if I am talking about the C compiler, so char type of values always contain a 1 byte of storage, right? And if we have a integer type of values, then automatically it will considered as a 4 byte. Sometimes somewhere you also see the 2 byte of storage capacity for integer data type. Basically it depends on the machine. So if your machine support the 2 byte of storage capacity for integer, definitely you will considered as. And if we have a data type as a double type, so it basically contain the 8 byte of storage capacity. And if I am talking about the total storage for that particular structure, so it will is the summation of all member storage spaces, right? So basically what it is, 5 and 3, that is the 13 byte, right? So total space will occupy for this particular structure is 13 byte. Next we will talk about how to declare a structure. So basically first we will give the syntax, and we talked about a lot of things about this. So first thing is a mandatory, this is the keyword, and this keyword is nothing but it is a struct keyword, right? So a structure is declared using a keyword that is the struct and followed by the structure name, and this name is also called as a tag, as previous we seen in the explanation. All the variables of the structure are declared within the structure, and this particular within the structure definition complete if we are enclosing in the curly braces, in between the curly braces. A structure type is generally declared by using the following syntax. What is the syntax? We have to use a struct keyword, and we have to use a tag name, and this tag name may be possible a student, may be possible an employee, may be possible a company, it be anything else related to your real world, right? So basically what are the features of a student? We can say, if I want to give the definition of a student, how can you define? Like a student have a roll number, like student have a name, student has a course name, like a student has a fees. See, all these characteristics, all these features are known as the member variable, a member of the structure. So basically here we have a 4 member for this particular structure. This is a student, right? So structure declaration however does not allocate any memory or consume storage space. Why? Because we are defining only the template, we are defining only the prototype, we are not initializing, right? अभी हमने इनको कोई पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू असाइन नहीं की है, हमने जस्ट इनका एक स्ट्रक्चर डिफाइन किया है कि दिस मे पॉसिबल हैव द some features, right? It just gave a template that convey to the C compiler and how the structure should be laid out in memory and gives detail of the member names, right? So basically this is the syntax of the declaration. So we will complete the exact definition by giving a example. Here we take the example of a same like a student, and this student have a size like a roll number, and maybe possible here we have a correction, this definitely covered by underscore. Okay, so char is the return type and name is the member whale and has the size 20, like this, same as आपका course. And we will here see here like struct student, how we allocate, how we structured in the memory like this. So there basically we have a block, and this block is represent your roll number, and also we have some other blocks. And for example, this particular storage, this particular record may possible for a student 1 and this particular record for another student. So same type of structure and same type of memory blocks will assign according your structure variables, right? Here we have a 2 variables, definitely we will assign the same size of structure, same size of block space for student 1 and same size of space for student 2. So this is the memory allocation and memory representation for this structure. Next we will talk about the initialization. So what do you mean by the initialization? Initialization is nothing but we assign some values, right? Initialization का मतलब क्या होता है कि we are assigning some values to that particular concept, to that particular variable, right? So structure members cannot be initialized with the declaration. जब हमने structure को define किया था, declare किया था, उसको design किया था, we are not providing any kind of values. Why? Because this is the structure, right? So this initialization goes under the some other under procedure, like by using some assignment operators, by using initialization list, and by using designated initializer list, right? So here we have a 3 different approach to assign the values to a structure variable. So basically how it can work, we will see here. So first is the initialization using assignment operator. Here we have a particular member variable, and here we have a value, and we will assign by using the assignment operator, that is this, right? So structure, we have to use a keyword struct, then structure name, like, and this particular member variable 1. So basically I am using a dot operator. When we are assigning the value to a structure members, we are using a 2 different approach. First one is by using dot operator, and by using this operator. This is called the this operator, and this is called the dot operator. When we are putting the dot along with your structure variable and your member, right? This is the structure variable and this is the member variable of the structure. So basically what we are going here, what we are doing here, we are using a structure variable. This is the structure variable dot member variable, and then we assign some values by using the assignment operator. This is the basic syntax if I am initializing the member variable, right? Then we will talk about initialization using initializer list. So basically what happened here in this syntax, we will assign all values into a one line, just like the array. Just suppose we have an array like AR, and here some size. We are assigning all kind of values. We are not using a separate line. So basically this will done in the case of, in the context of structure. We have to use a struct keyword because this is the prototype and this is the structure name. just to suppose we are using as a student, and this is the structure variable name, like I'm assigning a record, yeah, I'm assigning a value for student 1. So basically this student 1 is nothing but it is the structure variable, right? And value 1, value 2, value 3, this is according your member variable declaration. When you are designing the structure, if I am designing an integer roll number first, so definitely I have to assign the roll number at a first position, right? If I am assigning a name at second, so basically I have to give the name like Hina at second position. This is order should be maintained when you are assigning a value by using initializer list. So basically next one is here initializer using designated yeah. In this particular, the order is not matter, you can assign any order, right? So basically this is not necessary, you are designing a roll number at a first position and you have to give the first position value, roll number at the first position. You can give a at particular position anywhere in your list. So this is the basic difference. Next, we will explain by using a example, and this particular example, this structure is define the template and this define the prototype. Yeah, we can say फॉर्म का एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्पलेट मिलता है, जस्ट लाइक उसमें कुछ फील्ड मेंशंस होते हैं, राइट? लाइक आपका नेम, आपका फादर नेम, आपके मदर नेम. बट जब उस फॉर्म को यूज़ करते हैं, सपोज करो कि हमने वो फॉर्म पूरे 50 स्टूडेंट्स को प्रोवाइड कर दिया. अब 50 स्टूडेंट्स में स्टूडेंट 1 ने उसको फिल किया, दे गिव द सम वैल्यूज अकॉर्डिंग हिज एंड हर फीचर्स एंड इन्फॉर्मेशंस, राइट? मान लो उसने अपना नेम फिल किया, अपने फादर का नेम फिल किया, एंड दूसरे स्टूडेंट ने भी सेम फॉर्मेट को यूज़ किया, उसने कुछ डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ वैल्यूज उसके अंदर प्रोवाइड की. तीसरे स्टूडेंट ने भी उसी सेम फॉर्मेट को यूज़ किया, उसने कुछ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ वैल्यूज उसके अंदर प्रोवाइड किया. तो यहाँ पे हो क्या रहा है, हमने क्या किया है, एक ऐसा यूनिवर्सल स्ट्रक्चर डिजाइन कर दिया है जिसको हम डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ वैल्यूज के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. मतलब वैल्यूज डिफरेंट रहेंगी बट आपका जो स्ट्रक्चर है, आपका जो प्रोटोटाइप है, जो आपका टेम्पलेट है, वो सभी के लिए आपका सेम रहेगा. दैट मीन्स इन अ सिंगल नेम आप क्या कर पा रहे हैं, डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं. दैट इज द मेन कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द structure. So basically if I am talking about the student 1, this gave the information like roll number 1, Rahul, BCA, and this is the fee. If I am using the same structure for student 2, yes, student 3rd, so definitely it gives us different kind of values, right? If you are not assigning any kind of values on the particular member variable field, that it definitely occupies some default values, that is the null values. Next we will talk about some accessing process, how to access, how to read, how to print, या how to display the given information to the structure, right? So basically हमने जिस वे में अपने पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर मेंबर्स को वैल्यू असाइन किया था, सेम वे में हम उनकी वैल्यूज को एक्सेस भी करेंगे, दैट मीन्स रीड भी करेंगे. तो वी आर यूजिंग अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डॉट ऑपरेटर, राइट? सो बेसिकली हमने क्या किया था, वी आर यूजिंग अ स्ट्रक्चर वेरिएबल लाइक student 1, then we will put the dot operator because this dot operator assign the will help in assigning a value. So and then we will mention the member variable name, right? So basically member variable name is maybe like your roll number. So this is the basic syntax. You have to use a structure variable, then dot operator, then your member variable. So how can we implement this? Like student 1 dot roll number is equal to 01, right? So we will print in such way, like %d type, this is the type of the data, like a %d, and we will print this particular information in such way, student 1 dot course. So what is going here, this will give the particular course member variable, and this here he see it will find the BCA course, then it will print the output as a BCA. right? So this is the basic structure which is used for accessing the right. So basically here give a one example, and this example represent all particular functionality which we will all talk about it. Here we have some advantages like data organization, because by using the structure we will organize our data. We have a different kind of data, and these data organized in a structured way, in a manageable way, right? And code reusability, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि we have a one form, but this form used by different kinds of different students and give us different kinds of values. So basically by using structure we are using the same format, we are using the same structure throughout your program, and they can help avoid the rewriting a repetition code and make your program more modular, right? Next, improved memory management. Whenever we are designing a multiple records for different students, so basically we have a different memory locations, but in such case we are assigning a one time and we are using a many time. So multiple types of data in a single variable can save your memory compared to creating a separate variable for each piece of code, right? Next, simplify the parameter passing. By using the concept of structure, we are simplify the parameter passing, because we have a structure, we have a sequence in which we have to give the values, right? So when you pass the structure variable to a function, the entire structure passed, that means the all member of the variables, not necessary to pass the separately, because if you are passing a structure variable to a function, that automatically all the variables default वे में उसको प्रोवाइड हो जाते हैं. बेटर डेटा रिप्रेजेंटेशन. वाई? स्ट्रक्चर प्रोवाइड अ वे टू रिप्रेजेंट अ रियल वर्ल्ड ऑब्जेक्ट्स एंड कॉन्सेप्ट इन योर प्रोग्राम्स विच मेक योर कोड मोर एक्सप्रेसिव एंड easy to understand. This is the basic advantages of the structure, and this is the all abouts of structure. Thank you so much.